Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening everyone. Our top story tonight, the ongoing literacy struggles plaguing Tasmanian classrooms are being highlighted with students heading back to school. Labor claims it's the result of a lack of investment, pointing to previous commitments which are yet to be delivered on.
They might be small in stature, but these bookworms know how big life can be when you're equipped with the vital skills to read and write.
I like reading chapter books because I like levelling up in reading.
It's good for them to read so then they can have a better job and better things happen to them later on in life.
Concerningly, literacy levels in the state are among some of the worst in the nation, with state Labor putting forward solutions to tackle gaps in the system.
An investment in literacy is done not just in the primary years to make sure children can learn to read and write by the time they reach high school, but a sustained commitment to invest in our early years to ensure that every single child gets a good start in our state.
A letter sent to the Premier back in October by the Literacy Alliance pointed to concerns the government hadn't delivered on its initial promises made in early 2021. It included that by Year 7, all young people would meet expected reading standards above the national minimum by the end of 2030.
It's about making sure that we have evidence-based teaching practices in all our classrooms so that every Tasmanian child has the best opportunity to learn how to read.
State school students returned to the classroom on Wednesday, and senior government ministers remain confident their education is being well supported by the current systems in place.
We have a historical challenge with literacy in Tasmania, and the Tasmanian Liberal government has led the way to improve policy so that we can improve our literacy outcomes.
The government is actively working with its literacy advisory panel on the way forward.
Tasmanian State's got to do so much better. We want to help our community to lift, but it will take time, and we'll be welcoming any advice and feedback from the organisation.
Grace Evans, 7 Tasmania News.
Emergency services are on the scene of a scrap metal fire in Hobart's northern suburbs. For more, we cross to reporter Josh Duggan. Josh, when did the fire break out?
Kim, fire crews have been here at the Brighton Industrial Park since about 3 o'clock battling the blaze. There's 5 to 6 vehicles on site, including an aerial appliance which is fighting it from above, and a helicopter was here earlier, also aiding their efforts.
What we do believe was the cause of the fire was that they were moving an old vehicle, and when they started to crush it, fuel leaked out and then it ignited, and that led to the fire starting.
It is very, very windy here, and that is pushing quite a lot of smoke easterly. So there is a current smoke alert for Brighton, Bridgewater and the Midland Highway. These fires tend to take a long time to extinguish completely, so crews are expecting to be here all night. Kim?
The RBA rises have caused a downturn in spending, according to one bank. MyState Chief Executive Brett Morgan says a survey of customers found higher interest rates were already having an effect.
70% at the start of the year were tightening their purse strings, and they particularly stopped or slowed down on the coffees, the outdoor eating and even the streaming services.
They're among the banks expecting interest rates to start coming down later this year or in early 2024. An event promoting diversity and inclusivity at the Launceston Library has come under fire. One of the state's leading drag performers will be hosting Drag Storytime as part of World Pride and Tas Pride celebrations. But some have hit out at the event, despite a clear message from Libraries Tasmania stating drag story times are held around Australia to promote diversity and may not be for everyone.
I think a lot of people would express concern, and it's important that parental choice be the determining factor here, but I wouldn't be taking my children.
The event will be held on February 15. Despite a sellout crowd attending Festivali's return, organisers don't have any plans to expand the event just yet. This year's instalment has been dubbed the most successful in its 3-decade-long history.
Returning city parks are normal. Festivali staff putting in one final effort before taking a well-earned break.
Festivali 2023 has certainly bounced back with a vengeance.
Even stall holders were caught off guard by just how much the event had been missed.
many of them having sold out stock. Some stories of some of them selling 75% of their weekend budget on the Friday evening alone.
Festivali, an economic engine for the state's economy, especially in the north.
We also know that for inter and intrastate visitors, this is an incredible event, with many accommodation houses reporting full occupancy over the weekend.
The event's long-awaited return leaving everyone singing Festivali's praises.
It's grown, and it's grown in its reach and its appeal to people not just of northern Tasmania, but to visitors from southern Tasmania and from interstate.
The volunteer group that put this incredible showcase event on should be so proud, because for the 30,000 patrons that attended, myself included, it was an incredible event, a great showcase, and something that we all should be incredibly proud of.
Once pack-down is complete, organisers will turn their attention to the numbers, analysing where each attendee came from and how much Festivali contributed to the state's economy, before focusing on next year's event.
Our dates for 2024 are February 2, 3 and 4. We will have Matt Moran joining us for 2024, so we've got those locked away. Tickets will go on sale on the 1st of September.
Vendors at the waiting, ready to showcase Tasmania's best once again. Talia Jordan, 7 Tasmania News.
WorkSafe Tasmania has confirmed it is investigating a crash on the Batwin Highway last week. 4 horses were killed and several people were left with serious injuries. The body says it's undertaking inquiries to determine whether work-related factors contributed to the crash. An elderly man has put out a desperate call after his walker was stolen from the Launceston General Hospital on Friday. Ricky Blackwell has been travelling from Ringarooma numerous times a week to visit his sick wife.
They don't like you using the ward toilets, so I come back up to the public toilets up the hallway, halfway up the hallway, come back out and the wheelie walker's gone.
It's understood Mr Blackwell wants his personal diary and iPad with family photos on it to be returned. Tasmania Police has confirmed it's investigating the alleged theft, asking anyone with information about this person to come forward. Pubgoers in St Leonard's got more excitement than they bargained for yesterday when a mystery punter won almost $500,000 on Keno. Eagle-eyed patrons spotted the jackpot, but the winner still hasn't claimed the prize.
What would you do with a cool $500,000?
I reckon I'd have a big party. It would have been free drinks all around.
I'd help my family in Melbourne who have no jobs.
It's a daydream which came true for one lucky punter at the St Leonard's Village Inn yesterday afternoon. It's the first time in 20 years the venue sold one of the ultra-rare jackpots, but who the winner is remains a mystery.
They were all like, oh, who's won it? And everyone's asking everybody who'd won the ticket, and people from the bistro were coming in and trying to check their tickets to see if they'd won.
The golden ticket was a 9 spot in game 109. To take home the top prize, players have to correctly pick 9 of the 20 numbers drawn. And to take home the loot, they have to front up with their ticket.
I'd certainly regret it if I had entered and had lost the entry.
The excitement has bar staff taking bets on who sold the winner.
Darren or myself sold it, but I reckon it was probably me. I'm pretty lucky.
While picking a few winning numbers might seem like an easy task, it's anything but. The odds of winning a jackpot of this size are more than 1 in 1.3 million. It's unclear if the ticket holder is even aware they've won. They might have gone home before the game.
Well, I hope they're looking in their pocket and come here and check their winnings.
Annie Green, 7 Tasmania News.
Wine lovers, get your glasses ready. An annual Vino celebration is to return next month. The Botanical Gardens will come alive with 25 visiting vineyards as part of the Tas Wine Fest.
In the heat of summer, there's nothing like a thirst-quenching drink.
Everyone loves a sparkling and some Pinot Grigio over the summer.
Tas Wine Fest organisers are bubbling over with excitement for the 4th instalment of the event. 25 Tasmanian wineries setting up shop for the 2-day festival.
All together from all around Tassie to be able to celebrate in what they do and allow our patrons to discover and really learn about Tassie's great wine.
Hobart's Botanical Gardens will host the grape gathering, centred on the Japanese gardens.
Such a fun event to be, in Tassie, outdoors, showcasing our wines and, having a big party in the park. It's our only kind of large-scale event that we, are together and really kind of celebrating the industry.
It's not just tipple that's being tabled. There's an entertainment lineup including Tasmanian 10-piece band Boil Up. Famed food pairings like wine and oysters are on offer as well.
You get a nice Riesling, goes really well with oysters this time of year.
The event runs on the weekend of March 18 and 19. Tickets go on sale Thursday morning. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian basketball fans are being encouraged to show their Jack Jumpers pride by painting the town green in support of the club's finals campaign, but they'll have to play on without their floor general. The organisation confirming Josh Majette has only just begun his journey home from Wollongong after suffering a significant facial injury.
He's not in a very good spot right now, and I think it's going to take some time for him just to get back on his feet and be out and about. I mean, he took a severe hit to the head.
Scott Roth remains confident he can fill the hole left in the side when they face off against Cairns on Thursday, with a guaranteed home final also locked in.
For us, we just want to get the nest full again, get 5,000 people in the stadium, get it absolutely pumping, and feel that support, and hopefully they can be our sixth man and create that atmosphere that really makes it hard for the opposition team to play.
To ensure the Jack Jumpers colours are spread far and wide, small businesses can now sign up for a free pack through MyState Bank to get started. And Tasmania battled it out against South Australia today at the WNCL in Blunston Arena. The Scorpions managing 6 for 244 in 50 overs, with Tasmanian-born Courtney Webb scoring a ton in SA's first innings. The Tigers putting up a valiant effort in response, Lizelle Lee hitting 77 runs off 88 balls, Emma Mannix-Jeeves scoring 59. Tasmania won the match by 6 wickets.
Good evening. I hope you all enjoyed getting up that little bit earlier today just to negotiate the back-to-school traffic. Not a bad day for it though. Hobart 23, Launceston and Devonport 26, a top of 24 in Burnie. A fairly cool night last night though. Lyowini dropped to 3 degrees. Today Bushy Park reached 25, Friendly Beaches 24, St Helens 23, Grove 22, Lowhead and Flinders Island 21, King Island and Strawn 20. Low cloud gathered over the west and far south today as a weak front brushed the state. Clear skies over the north and northeast of Tasmania. Low cloud is now over our west and south. Thunderstorms travel with troughs about Western Queensland and the Northern Territory. Tomorrow the high drifts over the bight, extending a ridge over northern Tasmania. The troughs remain fixed further north on the mainland. The winds still cool southwesterlies, 10 to 20 knots, but to 20 to 30 knots over the south with a 4-metre swell. So we have a strong wind warning there for waters from Wineglass Bay down and around to Low Rocky Point. Tuesday, Hobart expecting a partly cloudy 22, 21 the top for Adventure Bay, Tarraleah cloudy and 19 degrees. Launceston 25 with cloud increasing, 23 the top for Devonport, partly cloudy for Bridport, 10 overnight, 23 the maximum. Burnie mostly sunny and 22, 20 the high for both Strawn and Marrawar, while along the east coast tomorrow St Helens expects 21, Swansea becoming cloudy and 21, 21 also for Whitemark on Flinders Island. UV, here it is, a very high 10 as sunset creeps back to be before 8:30 p.m. On Wednesday, a mostly fine but cloudy day, maybe a light shower over higher ground in the north. Partly cloudy again on Thursday, a possible shower over the north and west. And on Friday, a few showers over the north and east, a possibility of an extension across the state later. 29 an early cloud over Perth, a sunny 31 for Adelaide, partly cloudy in Canberra and Brisbane, a shower for Sydney, a top of 27. And currently sunny conditions to close out a back-to-school Monday. And Kim, I guess it's quite obvious due to the fact that I've been the weatherman for the last 39 years that I wasn't much of a school student. I was terrible. I couldn't count how many times I failed maths.
I'm pretty sure back in your day, Murph, it was called arithmetic, wasn't it? I'm sure it was.